in August, I believe, maybe, for school. Another issue that's come up was last week, he submitted a letter asking to go visit his grandfather in North Carolina because his grandfather is gravely ill at this time. That's what's going on.
All right, let's unpack your issues. First of all, with the marijuana use, I know young people and other people like, what's the big deal with marijuana? Believe it or not, I've never used marijuana in my life. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Um, Nathan Bates, if you're all ready. Or after this one.
Whenever y'all clear around.
Yes. All right, so attorneys, the person before me, they think it's going to help them because they have been accepted to Texas Tech University. I'm like, why are you not with the SEC? What's going on? Congratulations.
Thank you.
He's like worried. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I put in for SEC school. I don't know.
I thought about LSU, but it's out of state.
You shouldn't have even said anything about that. You should have just like, I'm not going to say anything. All right. So how are we doing? So he wants the travel request, correct?
Okay, so there are a couple of issues, Judge. Okay.
Got to solve issues.
Mr. Matthews has been on probation a little bit over a year. During this time, there have been a few failure to submit positive diluted marijuana. And then there was last month a negative diluted marijuana. However, he was tested in court today and it tested positive for THC. There is 150 community service hours left for him to complete. However, he hasn't started those hours because he works full-time and he's been in college full-time. Right now, he's taking 12 credit hours each semester.
Oh, well, that's our required, at least 12 hours.
Yes, Judge. So he's completed his theft program. He didn't qualify for any mental health services. Everything else he's completed. He's making payments, regular payments toward his fees. So the issues that we're having right now is the THC use, the community service hours, which Judge, I don't know if you want to consider giving him any type of credit for those hours.
Well, I'll give him community service hours credit for school, which I always like for people to be improving themselves, either seeking a higher degree or either in some type of trade school. So I'll give him credit for that.
Okay, Judge. And as you can see, he does have a letter indicating he's going to be going to Lubbock in August, I believe, maybe, for school. Another issue that's come up was last week, he submitted a letter asking to go visit his grandfather in North Carolina because his grandfather is gravely ill at this time. That's what's going on.
All right, let's unpack your issues. First of all, with the marijuana use, I know young people and other people like, what's the big deal with marijuana? Believe it or not, I've never used marijuana in my life. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. And you know why I never did? Because people would say cigarettes are bad for you. And people would say, but it's an acquired taste. And I would be, why would I require a taste for something that's bad? Right? People don't do that with broccoli. Oh, just continue to try broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and then you can acquire a taste for it. People are like, no, that's supposed to be healthy for you. And let me just tell you a little bit about my experience. I've known people, I'm not even going to mention names, who have come to me, and sometimes, they would walk there like, this is the perfect weather for sitting on the balcony, like in college, and smoking marijuana. There's something about the weather. They're like, when the weather is, about 60 degrees. They say this is a great time to smoke marijuana. It brings back great memories for them. Here's the problem. You're on probation. On probation, you're not allowed to use marijuana, period. On probation, guess what? You're not allowed to drink alcohol, period. You can't drink it in your house. You can't drink it on vacation. You're just not allowed to. These are the things that are required while you're on probation. These are not my rules. This is the law. If you want to talk and change the law where you can use marijuana while you're on probation, you need to talk to your legislature. If you want to change the law where you can drink alcohol while you're on probation, you need to call your legislature. That's not in my purview. My purview is just unfold your arms.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. My purview is just to follow the rules that have been set and follow the laws that have been set. Do you understand?
Yes.
So here's the thing. If you want to go to Texas Tech, guess what? You need to go there sober. And your school starts there when?
I move in. I'm supposed to move in August 16th.
All right, let me tell you something. You're not going to Texas Tech on August 16th unless you give me clean UAs.
Yes,
and from this point forward, your levels need to start going down. Because let me just tell you some of your consequences that you're looking at. If you come back before me with a dilute, we're not going to be having this conversation this way. You know how we're going to end up having this conversation? You're going to be brought over from jail with the people you see in the box. They will either put you in orange or red, hands off hips. They will either put you in orange or red or whatever classification you have. Either your parents or your relatives are going to bond you out. If they don't bond you out, we'll bring you over. Deputy Lord, Deputy Mejia will bring you over. Yes.
I desperately need to use the bathroom. I think I'm about to be myself.
Okay. He needs to use the restroom. He's getting a little nervous for us.
No,
So
it's not that.
Make it happen. Okay. Does he need to go to the? All right, go to the hallway restroom. Come back. Who's here on Emily Casillas? Are you all ready? All right, so this is what's going to end up happening. You are not going to Texas Tech unless you provide me with a valid negative UA. And I'm going to put you on the UA hotline, and your levels had better start going down. If your levels are not going down, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people come before me and they think they're young. They're trying to look at me like Puss in Boots from, Shrek, where everybody look in his eyes and then it's like, oh, but you're in an adult court. You understand?
Sure.
So your levels, if you want to go to Texas Tech, that's completely up to you. And you know why it's up to you? Because the way that you can go there is if your levels go down. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what friends you're hanging around with. I don't know. It seems like your day, you don't have enough to do, obviously, because you're using marijuana. That it better stop. And there better not be any more dilutes. And I'm sure probation has explained to you that when you drink a lot of water, you're diluting. And a lot of people drink a lot of water because they're thinking, oh, maybe the water will give me a negative. And all it does is it just shows it's been diluted. You understand?
Yes, sir.
State. He wants to visit his grandfather. He says his grandfather is dying. Do y'all have any objections to that? I know Judge Herr was here, and I think what she said that she wanted verification of GPS or something.
No, she wanted documentation of of the situation that was going on with his grandfather.
All right, do we have documentation?
No, I do not.
All right, if you don't have documentation, it's not happening.
Okay.
All right, so you need to get documentation for that. So whether or not you visit your grandfather, you say you want to visit him, depends on you providing documentation. Whether or not you go to Texas Tech depends on you having negative UAs. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And if you don't do that, you know what's going to end up happening with regards to Texas Tech? You're going to end up going to the Bexar County Jail and a motion to revoke. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Is there any confusion on my instructions?
No, you're.
All right.
Judge, for the documentation, if he provides that to his officer, do you require another supplemental report, or can we go ahead and let him go?
No, he can go.
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a seat.